They have always looked at me strangely, not because I shouted, nor because I threatened, nor because I sought power, but because I saw too clearly, and that, my friends, is the first truth you must understand. Nothing frightens society more than a person who sees through its illusions. Society does not fear violence nearly as much as it fears clarity. It does not tremble before the sword as much as it trembles before the mirror. And the intelligent mind, especially the deeply intelligent one, is precisely that, a mirror held up to a world desperate not to see itself. Today, I wish to speak to you about why intelligent people disturb, unsettle, and ultimately terrify society, not because they are superior, not because they conspire, but because they refuse to sleep. Intelligence as a disruption, not a gift. Most people believe intelligence is admired. They are mistaken. Intelligence is tolerated only when it serves the collective illusion, only when it reinforces what people already wish to believe. The moment intelligence becomes independent, the moment it questions sacred assumptions, the moment it refuses to clap on command, it becomes dangerous. You see, society is not built upon truth, it is built upon agreements, unspoken contracts of comfort. We agree not to question too deeply. We agree not to disturb the narrative. We agree to reward conformity with belonging. The intelligent person breaks this contract without ever signing it. They ask questions where silence is expected. They hesitate where enthusiasm is demanded. They see patterns where others see tradition. And this is unsettling because it exposes a terrifying possibility that much of what we live by may be meaningless. Why society prefers the average mind. The average mind is predictable. Predictability brings order. Order brings control, but intelligence introduces uncertainty. An intelligent individual does not react automatically. They pause. They observe. They calculate consequences beyond appearances. And nothing destabilizes a system faster than someone who does not respond as expected. When everyone laughs, the intelligent person may remain silent. When everyone rushes forward, they may step back. When everyone praises, they may ask, why? That single word, why, has undone empires. Intelligence sees the will behind the mask. I have long argued that human beings are driven not by reason but by will, a blind, restless force of desire, fear, ambition, and craving. Most people are enslaved by this will. They mistake its impulses for their own thoughts. But the intelligent person begins to see the will at work. They notice how opinions change with convenience, how morality bends under pressure, how truth becomes negotiable when comfort is threatened. This awareness creates distance, and distance creates alienation. Society senses this alienation instinctively, and it does not forgive it. Why intelligent people are misunderstood. The intelligent person often speaks less, not because they have nothing to say, but because they understand how little language can carry truth. They are frequently mistaken for arrogant, cold, or detached. In reality, they are simply exhausted by shallow exchange. But these accusations are confessions. They reveal society's fear of being questioned, of being exposed, of being seen as it truly is. Driven more by impulse than reason, to dismiss intelligence is easier than to confront what it reveals. Intelligence threatens the social hierarchy. Power depends on illusion. Hierarchy depends on belief. An intelligent individual sees how fragile both truly are. They understand that authority often rests not on wisdom, but on repetition, intimidation, and habit. And once this understanding spreads, the structure begins to tremble. This is why societies celebrate intelligence only after it is dead. The living thinker is inconvenient. The dead thinker is safe. Emotional depth is a hidden burden. Contrary to popular belief, intelligence is not cold. In fact, it often comes with heightened emotional sensitivity. The intelligent person feels contradictions deeply. They feel injustice sharply. They feel the weight of existence intensely. But society prefers simple emotions. Enthusiasm, outrage, pride. Complex emotions are unsettling. They do not mobilize crowds easily. Thus, the intelligent person is seen as out of sync, not because they lack feeling, but because they feel too much too clearly. Why intelligent people refuse easy comfort. Society offers distractions instead of meaning. noise instead of reflection, activity instead of understanding. The intelligent person often rejects these offerings, not from superiority, but from hunger for something deeper. They ask not, "How can I win?" but "What does winning even mean?" Such questions slow the machinery of endless desire, and anything that slows desire is treated as a threat, the quiet rebellion of thought. The most radical act is not violence, it is thinking independently. An intelligent person does not need to shout, their silence already unsettles. Because silence suggests observation, and observation implies judgment. Society senses this judgment, even when it is never spoken aloud. Why intelligent people are often alone. Not all solitude is loneliness, some solitude is refuge. For the intelligent person, solitude is often the only place where thought can breathe freely, where reflection is not interrupted by performance. This solitude is misinterpreted as arrogance, but it is often a form of self-preservation. To live constantly among those who do not wish to understand is to slowly suffocate. The tragic irony. Here lies the great irony. Society depends on intelligent minds to advance, yet resists them while they live. It needs their insights, but not their presence. It wants the fruits of intelligence, without enduring the discomfort of its questions. A message to the intelligent listener. If you feel misunderstood, if you feel isolated in your clarity, if you feel as though you see something others refuse to acknowledge, know this: you are not broken. You are simply awake in a world that prefers sleep. Do not expect applause. Do not expect understanding. Seek instead integrity, the quiet alignment between what you see and how you live. Intelligent people scare society because they reveal its fragility. They expose the stories we tell ourselves to survive. They remind us that much of what we chase is empty, and much of what we fear is imagined. But without them, humanity would remain forever trapped in repetitio, without reflection. So, if you disturb the room by thinking too deeply, do not apologize. The room was built on shallow ground. Closing words. Perhaps the task of the intelligent soul is not to be understood, but to remain honest. Not to lead the crowd, but to light a quiet path for those who one day dare to walk alone. Reflect on this, discuss it, and above all, do not surrender your clarity for comfort. Thank you.